going on, guys? It has been a while since I vlogged. Last time I saw you guys, I was whacked out of my mind on drugs, crying about dinosaurs and the X-Files. I don't know where that stuff comes from. I say weird things when I get drunk, too. I am a little crazy. Well, not to that extent.
A little like this much.
I'm like that.
It's like this.
Okay, well, not to like that extent when I'm drinking, but I don't know. I guess I was watching a show about dinosaurs the night before I got my surgery, so that was probably part of it, and I guess the X-Files, that was a long time coming. I've been upset about John Doggett for a long time. I just needed to get that out. What?
You know what drives me nuts?
Huh?
Is when there's a carpool lane and these lanes of traffic are going faster than the carpool lane. It defeats the entire purpose.
Alright. So anyway, right now we're headed back to Riverside. I have my post-operation checkup. It's been a week since I've had my surgery, and he's just gonna look in my mouth and see how everything went. Also, like, some bad stuff was going on. That's why I haven't picked up the camera in a while. I'll tell you about that later, but right now, to the surgeon's place. I don't think, I was gonna call it dentist office, but I don't think that's what it's called. Surgeon's center. Okay, here we go. Waiting for the doctor.
Are you nervous about getting the other tooth pulled? They didn't tell you? Oh man.
You're not funny.
They only took out 2 of your teeth last time.
You think you're such a jokester.
They told me because you were out. You don't remember that?
I saw a whole video of me in the room afterwards, and I saw my eyes going like, I thought that part was really funny. Like, my eyes started rolling in my head. That anesthesia did some weird things to me. Now, just one of my stitches feels kind of long. Like, I've been playing with it with my tongue. It's like, feels like it's like this long and like swirled together. So, they're supposed to dissolve though.
Nice. I'm so hungry right now. I can't wait to get lunch.
I'm hungry too.
You weren't invited.
What a coincidence. We could get something to eat together.
I don't think so.
Why not?
Because I'm pretty sure I'll just make you walk home and I'll go get something.
That's horrible.
You gotta walk off those Vicodin.
Yeah, I haven't been taking Vicodin for the past couple of days.
Oh, that's good. I guess that's why you've been up.
Maybe. So I woke up at 10 a.m. today. So early, right? Woohoo! But I have been taking Vicodin, and Vicodin just knocks me out. So I was sleeping until like 2 p.m., sometimes till 4 p.m., just sleeping like crazy long hours while I was healing.
Watching our videos at the dentist office.
Oh.
Okay. See you guys.
All right, thank you.
See ya. So do you feel good?
Yeah, it was really short visit. Just in and out.
All right. Now we're going home. So
when we were talking to the oral surgeon, I said that I reacted a little strangely to the anesthesia. I said I started crying about some weird things, and he goes, "Oh, it's totally normal, but it usually happens to little kids." I'm like, "Oh, awesome." and then I told him about our YouTube channel, because he saw the camera, and he started watching our YouTube videos in the office.
He has the same camera.
Alright, so lots of talking because we need to catch up. So the bad things that have been going on is that Harp is very sick. A few days ago, she wasn't moving from her regular spot, and I went into the room, and her eyes were really sunken in, and the lining was, like, the inside of her eyes, I guess the lining was very swollen, and her eyes were leaking, like, a dark fluid. So I ended up taking her to the emergency vet, and she was very dehydrated, so they gave her fluids, and it turns out she had ulcers, a small ulcer in both of her eyes. So she got eye drops for that and antibiotics, but since she was so dehydrated, the vet said that that wasn't normal, so she took a blood sample and a urine sample. And I brought Harp back home. You know, it takes a few days to get results for that. And then she started to not do very well at all. She stopped eating and she stopped drinking and she wasn't moving. So I ended up having to force feed her meat-flavored baby food for a day. And then she started to seem like she was feeling a little better. But then on Valentine's Day, the vet called back with the results for her blood test, and it wasn't good. Her white blood cell count is 150,000. Normal white blood cell count for a cat is 10,000 to 15,000. So a high white blood cell count is a sign of leukemia. That's what the vet said, and I was just devastated. I started crying, and the vet said the fact that she isn't eating and drinking on her own is a really bad sign. So I went up to her, and I had the baby food on a plate, and I set it down next to Harp, and I'm crying, and I said, Harp, please eat. Please eat for me. I need you to eat to get better. And just right at that second, she started eating. She started eating on her own. So I got a copy of her blood test and urine analysis results, and I took it to my regular vet, and I brought Harp in, and he told me that she is very sick, but all hope is not lost. It might not be leukemia. And he said if these drugs work, it's a treatable condition and it's not leukemia. So I'm hoping and I'm praying that these drugs lower her white blood cell count, which is what the drugs are supposed to do. Harp is actually doing so much better now. She is eating and drinking on her own. She's walking around, even walking upstairs. I'm very hopeful for Harp. I'm trying to stay positive and telling myself that it's not going to be leukemia. The drugs are going to work. Her white blood cells are going to go down and everything's going to be okay. So if you guys have any positive energy to spare, please send some Harp's way. I understand that just the fact that she's 22 years old is amazing, but I love her so much. I'm not ready to lose her right now. There she is, just came out to the kitchen and drinking on her own. You guys remember the vet shaved her a couple weeks ago. That's why her fur's like that. But she likes that water. This is the little bed that I made for her. She likes to sleep in the laundry basket, so I went out and bought a heated mattress pad. It's plugged in over there, so she's a little more comfortable. But if you were wondering why we didn't make a Valentine's Day vlog, that's why. We didn't do anything for Valentine's Day. Harp wasn't doing well the night before. The night before I was checking on her every couple hours. I would have to pick her up because she didn't want to move and take her over to the litter box so she'd go potty and then bring her back to her bed. So I didn't want to be far from her on Valentine's Day just in case, and I also was at the vet on Valentine's Day talking to my regular vet. But this part has been long and sad. Sad vlogs are no fun, so it's a good thing that we can leave on a positive note. Harp is feeling a lot better. She seems to be turning around, and let's just root for her. This medicine is going to work. I'm at the grocery store right now. I need to pick up some more baby food for Harp. She just ran out. I'm gonna continue feeding her baby food. That's what the vet recommended because it's a lot easier for her to eat, and it's a good way to get those calories in her. And I also need to pick up dinner for John and I. I don't understand why they don't make the meat flavors in the big bottles like this. I wish they would because I'd use it all. See, all the meat ones are mixed with stuff, with vegetables. I'd like it because I'd use it, but I guess it's easier to measure with the small ones. The vet said he's happy if she eats a small jar of baby food a day. I'm gonna get us some chicken to eat for dinner because I can finally eat solid foods. I'm so sick of soup. Oh my gosh, I need chicken, meat. I can open my mouth a little wider now. That looks like a good dinner. Drumsticks, macaroni salad, and some Rice Krispie squares for dessert. And then there's the baby food. There's my good girl eating food on her own and getting better. Good job, Harp. Good girl. Baby. I love you, Harp. Look how wonderful she is. She jumped up on the bed. She always wants to be with me. I really wanted to turn the camera on because this is what Harp is all about. She just loves to be with people, loves to be with me. Such a good cat. It reminds me of a story I know I have never told you guys. I remember vividly when I was about 7 years old, I was playing with one of my friends and I took a stuffed animal and I was laying on the ground and I had this stuffed animal on top of me and I was screaming and I was saying, no, ow, pretending the stuffed animal was attacking me, and Harp ran up and just went swat, 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 swat. And to this day, I still think it is so amazing that a cat would do that. I got Harp when I was a little girl to protect me from monsters, and she is still doing a good job. I haven't been attacked by a monster yet. So I'm very hopeful that she gets better. Please send her some positive energy. I'm about to cook dinner for John and I now, and I have to give Harp her meds in about a half hour. So I'm gonna wrap up this vlog. Always remember, guys, that I love you, and stay tuned for more vlogs. Mwah. Harp is going to get better.